Hello everyone, as like previous day we started discussion on periodic property. So today we will continue with that discussion. I have said previously that electronegativity that increases across a period decreases down a group. So now if you see the periodic table, you will find some property which increases across a period and decreases down a group. And obviously we will exclude noble gases because noble gases we consider they do not form compounds generally. So as they are not in the combined state generally, so electronegativity term will not be valid or not be applicable to the one which does not take part in any kind of compound formation or in reaction. So for noble gases we will use the term not applicable. Before noble gas there is halogen group and the elements which are present in the halogen group according to the trend, of course they will have maximum electronegativity in them. So in a periodic table, in the periodic table across a period electronegativity increases, down a group it decreases. That means the element which is situated at the top right corner in the periodic table will be having the most electronegativity or with the element with or will be the most electronegative element, and that's true. Fluorine is most electronegative element because it is at the top right corner in the periodic table. Across a period electronegativity increases, down a group it decreases. So fluorine is the most electronegative element among all the elements in the periodic table. So fluorine being the most electronegative element, it almost reacts with all the elements due to its power of its attraction power to attract the shared pair electron towards itself, and it's very small in size also. So if anybody asks that which is the most electronegative element known, the answer will be fluorine. Now that's about the periodic property or trend of the electronegativity. Now if we try to connect it with the metallic and non-metallic character, metallic character definition, if I say property of element to release the electrons, valence electron easily, the atom which can release the valence electron easily, that is the most metallic character, and which can accept the valence electron very easily, that having the most non-metallic character. So metals lose electron rapidly and non-metals gain electron rapidly. That is the property of being metallic and non-metallic character. Now the general properties that we have seen, metals are solid, non-metals are liquid or gas at room temperature or about malleability, ductility, conductivity, tensile strength, those are general properties. But if we talk about basic definition of metals and non-metals, obviously you will use this electron transfer term to define the metallic and non-metallic character. So the one element which can easily donate the electron or which has very ease to donate the electron will show maximum metallic character, and which will show the most tendency to accept the electron will have most non-metallic character. Now if you want to connect electronegativity, electronegative elements are those elements which has maximum tendency or they are the most stronger ones to accept the shared pair of electrons towards itself. That means the one which are most electronegative, they will be having most non-metallic character. So of course the trend of being most electronegative element or trend of electronegativity and trend of non-metallic character will follow the same order. That means across a period non-metallic character increases and down a group it decreases. And it's true because across a period when we are moving towards the group 15, 16, 17 elements, they all are non-metal. In fact noble gases also be considered as non-metals, a type of non-metal, and down a group it decreases, non-metallic character decreases. And best example can be group 14, carbon, silicon, they are the non-metals of their group, but that same group which contains the lead, tin, they are metals of the same group. Because they are down a group, their non-metallic character decreases by increasing metallic character, and non-metallic character obviously will follow the trend just reverse of that of metallic character, that or just vice versa. That means metallic character will follow the reverse trend of non-metallic character. That means across a period metallic character will decrease and down a group the metallic character will increase. And here also the reason behind that across a period the tendency to accepting of the electron increases. So obviously donating the tendency to donate electron decreases, and of course it will have a more non-metallic character. And the left ones are metals, so sodium, magnesium, aluminium, these, or lithium, beryllium, or can be barium, radium, calcium. They all, the metals which elements which are there at the left hand side of the periodic table, they all are metals because they are situated at the left hand side of the periodic table, so they are the most metals. Now from here, what type of question that you get? Generally from the periodic properties, give reason based questions are asked, that why across a period it increases, why down a group it increases. But in class 9 you will not get such question, because questions based on periodic property is not there in the syllabus, and in this situation we cannot go beyond syllabus, so this question will not be asked. Sometimes comparative studies are asked, like from a period the elements will be given in the random manner. In lower classes you used to arrange the elements arrange the numbers in the mathematics, increasing order, decreasing order and all. So here also the elements will be given in the random order. Suppose it is given magnesium, chlorine, silicon, phosphorus and sulfur and aluminium. Arrange in increasing order of their metallic character or non-metallic character. So if it is as increasing order of their metallic character, you have to arrange in reverse. That means you need to start from chlorine, and then you will be sulfur, then phosphorus, then silicon, then aluminium and then magnesium. Or if it is as increasing order of non-metallic character, then you will just arrange magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. So this is one type of question that comes. Or they can compare with reason, like suppose it is given lithium and sodium, compare their metallic character with reason. So as we know, sodium has more atomic radius than lithium. It is situated, it has 3 shells, sodium has 3 shells, lithium has 2 shells. So easily from sodium the electron can be left out, but from lithium the electrons cannot be taken out easily. So sodium will have more metallic character than lithium. One thing to tell you, trend cannot be treated as reason. Trends are actually result of the reason. So trends cannot be trend cannot be taken as a reason for their properties. Like you cannot write that sodium is more metallic than lithium because sodium is situated lower than lithium in the periodic table. This can never be a reason. Many of you have this tendency of writing, but from now I am telling, because maybe you all are doing this kinds of problem. Make sure do not write trend as a reason. Trend are only trend are only the result of those reasons. So trends cannot be reason for any kinds of these phenomena. Always give proper reason. Give number of shells, talk about number of shells, talk about nuclear charge, talk about electronegativity or tendency towards accepting electron, tendency toward the loss of electron. You can use the term even electropositivity as well. Electronegativity has the tendency to accept the electron pairs. Electropositivity is just property to lose the electron. You can use this term, you can use nuclear charge. Best if you are using these two terms, that is number of shells and nuclear charge, that is number of proton present, but never use trend as reason. Am I clear? So that's about the periodic table or periodic property discussion. Next day I will discuss question answers from the exercise, which of course related to your syllabus. And once the discussion on the exercise question answers done, I think next week we will complete discussion on the question answer of the exercise. And once we complete that one, I'll be taking one test on the periodic table, as I took test on atomic structure and chemical bonding. And then somebody was telling me to take another test on water. I'll be doing so. And then after that, every day I'll give whichever weeks are left before your unit test. I'll make question paper covering all the chapters that we have done, which are there in our syllabus. I think 5 chapters are there in our syllabus. So covering those, I will be making question paper, and from there you need to answer. So from now, if this chapter is already done, you start revising the old chapters that we have done in the unit test, because those are again there in your final examination, in the upcoming half yearly examination. So keep studying all those chapters nicely and start preparing from Hapeli, because I think 1 month is left for your examination, and already as we have completed next week exercise, then we will start doing revision on all the chapters. And whichever part you want me to repeat once again, you can tell me in the live class. We are meeting in the live class, so you can ask your doubts and queries. See you in the next class. Till then, take care and bye.